Fed hardy creatures successfully in the small tank. You may want to build a medium size or a large size fish tank at home. Keep many different marine creatures for years. Among the creatures and plants in the coral reef, some of them need very clean environment. Some of them need little turbid environment. Some of them has strong adaptability. Some of them are sensitive to environmental stress. Some of them have relationship of symbiosis or restraint. More different kinds of species in a marine aquarium tank. More difficult to satisfy all of them. The weak species among them may die easily. The hobbyist who was the first time to have a medium or large fish tank often ignored if the circumstance of the fish tank was good for the died creatures, but continued to put the same or other species into the tank. Creatures kept dying. Because of large water capacity of the tank, it was not obvious of water quality decline. When the water condition was very worse, only the tough creatures might survive in the tank at last. At that time, if wanted to modify the tank structure or change equipments for desired creatures' needings, it was very trouble and expensive. At last, those hobbyists often regretted to build such large fish tank casually at beginning. Hence, before considering the design, equipments, and maintenance details of medium and large marine aquarium tanks, you should know the popular coral reef creatures firstly. I try my best to tell you their habits in details, as well as the necessary care of them in a marine aquarium tank. If you are feeding the marine creatures in a small tank, when learning the knowledge about creatures here, free some space of the tank by giving the existing creatures to other people or aquarium shops. Try to raise your interested creature in the small tank. During raising them, you may need to replace some equipments or change the maintenance methods to take care of them. Such modifications to the small tank don't need too much money and time. The successful and failure experience to raise them can help you to design a suitable medium or large fish tank or reef tank in future, so you can keep the interested creatures for the following 10 to 20 years. Common aquarium hobbyists distinguish marine creatures simply by their shapes. But in the scientific research field, every creature has a unique scientific name for classification. Scientific name is in Latin. It was very common and well documented in old times, but not being used commonly today. Every country agreed to not modify this language anymore. When scientists around the world discuss a creature, they will use its Latin name. Express the commonalities and differences between it and other creatures accurately. Avoid to mislead of creature species in the same genus. Therefore, the aquarium shops purchase the marine creatures by their Latin scientific name from overseas. The local common names of marine creatures are named by elder generation, which is easy to remember, or easy to express its biological characteristic. It's easier to communicate with aquarium hobbyists. If see any unseen creature, aquarium shop owners usually refer to the scientific name, or the common name of its origin area to name it. Hence, sometimes, a marine creature may have one or two common names in a province or country. When you want to contact the overseas supplier for any rare species, or species very similar to other species of the same genus, the scientific name must be mentioned to avoid any misunderstanding. First of all, talk about the marine fishes of the coral reefs. Damselfish, clownfish, and angelfish. They have different shapes, and are simply treated as different kinds of fishes for common, saltwater, hobbyists. But in the scientific research field, they are actually in the same family. They have very similar body structure, foraging, and living habit. Their settlements often overlap. They certainly have domain awareness and aggressiveness. The belligerent species among them always drive out other fishes when protecting or expanding territory. If not enough space in the enclosed fish tank, they will pursue other fishes. Such behavior between similar size fishes, for example, damselfish and clownfish, is very intensive, often leading to death. When planning to raise belligerent and peaceful fishes together, you must provide enough reef barrier. Keep more number of peaceful fishes. Must provide sea anemone or suitable coral for clownfish that possibly distract the belligerent species from attacking the peaceful species to death. Damselfish can endure high concentration of NO2. Resistance to disease is generally very high. They are omnivores and willing to eat any dry or wet food. Very hardy. It is the very ideal open tank fish. If paired with a male and female, they will be very territorial than being single. Secure the area for spawning. Generally, the male takes responsibility to protect the eggs. A Budef dove. Coral reefs all over the world have their traces. Various species in this genus are commonly known as sargent. Few distinct vertical black bars on the body. Slight differences in width and length of the black bars between different species. In the Indian Ocean, there are some variants with only 4 vertical black bars. A little more yellow is often tended on the body of juveniles, which are friends of sea turtles. They pick parasites and molting skin from the large green sea turtle. As it grows older, the pale yellow is turning to gray-silver slowly. In the sea, it can grow to 15 cm, or even 22 cm long. It can easily grow to 7 to 8 cm in a large fish tank. May continue to grow up and survive up to 15 years in the tank. Male characteristics is not obvious, unless the paired female, in spawning period. The male doesn't show gray-blue color, and a white patch on its face. Sergeant is very strong and extremely hardy. Can easily adapt to any water quality without being affected. Resistance to various diseases is also very high, and the price is cheap. It is the good open tank fish for medium and large fish only tanks. Sergeant eats a lot and snatches foods from other fishes. It needs to be fed for 2 or even 3 times a day in a fish only tank. It hunts small shrimp, for example, clown anemone shrimp, sexy shrimp, also peck on soft coral polypus, newborn coral polyps, or even varieties of sea algae. When keeping any small shrimps, soft coral, or sea algae, don't raise any sergeant. They swim very fast, and has high alertness. In a fish-only tank with predatory fish, a small sergeant can swim quickly between living rocks. Escape from predatory fishes hunting. As it grows and gets bigger, its aggression increases more and more obviously, and is considered to be very territorial even among damselfishes. It chases all damselfishes smaller than itself. If not enough space, it also chases other small kinds of fishes. Because it grows quite fast, it is not suitable to raise in small tank. Unless paired with a male and female. Do not keep 2 or more of them even in a large fish-only tank. Chromis. Almost 100 recognized species can be found in coral reefs all over the world. It is a very large genus group. Common species like blue-green chromis, black bar chromis, the prices are cheap. Sometimes, may catch few rare species, like blue chromis. They grow slowly in the fish tank. In many cases, stop growing when reach 5 cm long. Common blue-green chromis species live up to 8 years in tanks, or even up to 15 years with good care. Some species may live up to 20 years. For blue-green chromis and black bar chromis, pale yellow color appears on the body before going to spawn. Although chromis is a kind of damselfish, it is quite peaceful. Unless the space is very limited, it doesn't drive out any other fishes. Sometimes, it may be frightened by a small fish suddenly show up, and escapes inward reef rocks. Hence, you need to place some fake rocks in the fish-only tank for them to hide. In a large reef tank, you'll see, they swim between the branches of small polyp stony branching corals, SBS. Blue-green chromis, not a problem to keep 7 or more of them, in a medium or large tank. May keep 2 to 3 of them, in a small tank. For other species, may keep 5 to 7 of them, in a medium or large tank. They like to cruise together, in middle and upper part of the aquarium. United together, gives courage to them to snatch foods, and compete against other damselfishes, or more aggressive fishes. By the way, chromis is still a member of damselfish. They may bluff other peaceful, and slow swimmers and eaters. For example, pipefish, mandarins. Do not put any chromis into a fish tank with predatory fish. Chromis will be eaten by them very fast. Chromis is peaceful. It can endure high concentration of NO2. Not peck any coral. So, it is the good open tank fish for medium and large reef tanks. However, it is the weakest variety of damselfish. Has low adaptability. Rapidly change of water property, is hazardous to its health, and make it easier to be infected by diseases. A new reef tank water is too fresh. Best to use living rocks to open tank, and rise the water temperature to 28 Celsius degree. Feed the water, for 7 to 14 days before put any chromis into the tank. In aquarium shops, if found any male chromis, may put 1 or 2 in the fish school. That helps to guide the fish school swimming direction. Chrysiptera. More than 30 species are found in this genus of damselfish. Their fish scales are highly reflective, giving them extra bright colors. They are often found at the sheltered bays of coral reefs. Generally, the adults are 7 to 9 cm long. They can grow up to this length only in a large tank. Generally, they can live up to 15 years. Some species like to live alone. Some species are willing to live with other fish kinds. Whether it's a fish-only tank or reef tank, often choose a suitable variety from this genus for the open tank fish. But do not keep any predatory fish with them. The predatory fish hunts them for foods. Blue devil. Mainly in coral reefs of eastern edge of the Indian Ocean, Indo-West Pacific, Australia, it is easy to distinguish between female and male. The female has a small black spot on lower posterior part of the dorsal fin. In the Sea of Japan and Philippines, the male has dark margins on the fins. The males from other sea have yellow-orange tail colors, often known as orange tail devil. Deeper or wider of the orange tail color, stronger the male hormone, more attracting to females. For some rare cases, the tip of the noses of some males may even turn orange-yellow. In this genus, the blue devil is quite aggressive and extremely hardy. Unless paired with a male and female, only one can be kept in a small fish tank. Females and juveniles are less aggressive, provided some fake rocks in a medium fish tank. 2 or 3 females may be kept in the tank, but the male is very aggressive. Never keep 2 males together. When a male and female are paired successfully, their domain awareness will increase. That female will no longer tolerate the presence of other females or juveniles. This blue devil couple becomes very belligerent. They may chase any fish swimming toward their territory, even attack other damselfishes in sight. In a fish-only tank, providing enough food to them helps to decrease their belligerent. Hence, people who like small fishes seldom use a blue devil couple as open tank fish. However, they may be raised instead, in the reef-only tank, because they are hardy enough to help building and cycle to open tank. Blue devil doesn't peck any coral. The male is very common, and easy to buy for pair. In a ROT, this blue devil couple in the environment without other fishes may enter the spawning period, in the tank. Canary deep water damsel. Mainly in few coral reefs of western Pacific, east of Australia. It inhabits outer reef slopes, reef faces, and reef channels in deep water. No significant difference between male and female. Male is generally larger than female. Its dorsal and anal fins are wider than other species in the same genus. The body appears bright golden yellow, and very dazzling. Although many people want to have such a beautiful small fish in the tank, they are rare, very difficult to catch, and quite expensive. It is very neurotic, and sensitive to the environment. Even catched it? It often dies during the transportation. When facing to new tank mates, and environment of the aquarium shop or home, it is easy to die, because of excessive tension. It's very difficult to get used to a new environment. So, if you are lucky to get them, raise it in a well-conditioned reef tank, with less fishes number. Minimize any physical and psychological stress caused to them. When it gets used to the environment, its damselfish nature will reappear. Its aggressiveness is second to the blue devil. Only a paired couple can live together. Not suggest to keep it with other damselfishes. The couple chases any peaceful fish swimming toward their territory. Azure damselfish. Mainly in eastern Indian Ocean, western Pacific Ocean, northwestern of Australia. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. In this genus, it is not the most aggressive but certain territorial. Unless paired with a male and female, keep only one in a small fish tank. In a medium or large tank, with enough living rock, may raise several azure damselfishes together. It feels more safe by wandering near the caves of bottom area of the reef. If any SPS nearby, may find it wandering near the corals. The number of azure damselfishes is recommended to keep at odd number. Can increase coordination of the fish school. Once paired, the couple becomes territorial. They will not be afraid of other aggressive fishes anymore, but confront some belligerent juveniles of wrasses. Remember that, unless in the large tank, do not keep any damselfish, which is more aggressive than them. Those more aggressive damselfishes attack and try to kill the azure damselfishes. Unless overcrowded, azure damselfish rarely attacks other peaceful fishes, but only threatens any fish considering its territory. Yellowtail blue damsel. Mainly in coral reefs since Taiwan, extending southward, passing Indonesia even to the Solomon Islands. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. It has a yellow tail. Sometimes has yellow color on pectoral and pelvic fins, but not the belly. Don't confuse with the Azure damselfish. In this genus, its fish scale reflectivity is relatively weak, so don't feel it as beautiful as other species in the same genus. Less attractive. However, it is the peaceful species in this genus. Sometimes, it's easier to accept other fishes than the Azure damselfish. It rarely chases other peaceful fishes. It likes to stay near the SBS and cave of bottom reef rocks. Hence, may keep 2 of them in a small tank. Can keep the fish school at odd number in a medium tank. If lucky to have a male, to pair with a female in the fish school. This couple becomes bolder, and protects each other. Can defend the attack from other aggressive damselfishes, but not fiercely drive out other fishes swimming across their territory. In addition, it is quite cheap, so many saltwater hobbyists like to feed them as open tank fish in medium or large tanks. Allow them to put in any small peaceful or belligerent fish in future. Rolland's damselfish, mainly in coral reefs from Philippines to Indonesia and Solomon Islands. They are also found in the Caribbean Sea, but not as many as other damselfishes. They are vulnerable to environmental stress, often die of unbearable stress during transportation. Depending on the origin, the price can be expensive. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. Male's color is brighter than the female's color. It is a relatively small variety in this genus. Adult fish is only 6 cm long, and grows very slowly in the tank. It is not too aggressive but very territorial, especially to other damselfishes. Only when providing enough living rocks in a large tank, may consider to keep few of them. Otherwise, they may chase each other. If having a paired couple, they may hurt other damselfishes. However, they have a high tolerance for other fish. Rarely pursue other fishes, but only the aggressive fish intended to approach their territory. It likes to swim fast, so it needs a lot of space. Suitable for a medium or large tank. If it feels any environmental stress, its health gets worse suddenly, even if the water quality is very good. Somehow died at next morning. Only recommend to raise it when having many living rocks, and not many fishes, without any damselfish in the tank. Stark's damselfish, mainly in coral reefs between Japan and Taiwan, north of Philippines, and some area of Great Barrier Reef of Australia. Usually found near outer reef slopes at 25 meters deep. It is rarely seen, and the price is quite expensive. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. It is a big fish in this genus. It can grow up to 10 cm long in the sea. They live together when they are juveniles. Adults are very aggressive and territorial. It doesn't tolerate other damselfishes nearby, unless paired with a male and female. Don't keep 2 or more, in a fish-only tank. It is wary of other fishes, and drives out any approaching fish. If it is fully grown to the adult size in a large tank, it will be more aggressive, and not be afraid of big fishes. If paired as couple, they may compete for territory with large angelfishes. So, recommend to raise it in a medium or large fish-only tank, or reef-only tank for maintaining ecological balance. Talbot's damsel. Mainly in coral reefs of west of Thailand, east of Philippines, northwest of Australia, Great Barrier Reef, Fiji Islands. There is a large black spot on the dorsal fin. The predatory fish coming from behind confuses if the black spots are the eyes looking at it, and is hesitant to attack immediately. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. It is not the most aggressive species in this genus, but is territorial certainly. Raise only one in a small tank. May raise 5 or 7 of them in a medium or large tank. If having enough living rocks, it seldom chases other fishes, but threaten the fish approaching its territory. Sometimes, it snatches food from other fishes. When facing to the more aggressive fishes, including damselfishes, it becomes timid, and is often driven away. Unless having few Talbot's damsels, avoid to keep it with more aggressive fishes. If paired as couple, they become bolder, and drive out any invader to protect territory. Fiji Blue Devil. Mainly in coral reefs between north of Australia and Fiji Islands. It is very similar to Blue Devil, but some yellow dots, sparsely distributed on the body of Fiji Blue Devil. And it is yellow color, from chin to belly part. The female's dorsal fin is yellowish. The front end of the male's dorsal fin is blue. Easy to distinguish. It is the most aggressive and territorial variety in this genus, and it is one of the most aggressive species in Pomacanthidae family. It is a very belligerent species. It lives happily only with the spouse. It attacks other damselfishes and clownfishes in the tank. It is not afraid of other belligerent fishes. Sometimes, it ousts another fish to capture its territory. Even face to big fishes, like angelfish, triggerfish, large wrasses, without a flinch. Unless in a large tank with enough space. It doesn't tolerate other peaceful fishes living in the distance. Otherwise, it may even drive out the large peaceful butterfly fishes. Hence, raise it in a medium and large tank. Any damselfish in the tank must be belligerent kind, so as to have chance to survive. 4 clownfishes must provide a sea anemone or coral to them, or they are a paired couple, so as to be able to fight against the Fiji Blue Devil. It doesn't bother any coral. May raise it in a reef-only tank. But pay attention, it's a bit hostile to shrimp. It may grip the shrimp's antenna in mouth and drag it out of the territory, sometimes, may even hurt the small shrimps. Dascyllus. Not many species in this genus. Mainly in coral reefs of Indian Ocean. They don't swim as fast as other damselfishes genus. The juveniles are quite peaceful and group together to live around the corals. Use the corals as shelters to hide from predatory fishes' attack. There are signs of those corals being treated as colonies of these damselfishes may benefit from the water movement the fishes produce, and the fishes' waste enrich the microorganisms in the nearby water. Those coral colonies grow up very fast and large, many species starting life as female. Juveniles live together. The largest and strongest female in the school turns into male. After being adult, only when the only male is gone, the female in the group will turn into male. There are signs that fishes in this genus can communicate with each other. They make at least 3 distinct pulse sounds. The larger the fish, the lower the frequency. Males make weak G-pop sounds during fighting for the territory. Both male and female adults are very aggressive and territorial. Three-striped damsel. Mainly in coral reefs from Red Sea to East Africa, south of Japan to Sydney of Australia. Can live up to 15 years in the tank. In the sea, it can grow up to 10 cm. In the tank, it always stops growing at 6 cm. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. Juveniles prefer thinner branching coral species. The school size can be 20 fishes or more. When becomes adult, it would prefer to find the coarsely branched or lobed branching corals as a new home. Observation shows that they may attack the sea star, incoming to eat their hosting coral. Protect the hosting coral. They always stay within 3 feet of their corals. Rarely exceeds this range. The adults are very aggressive and territorial, so recommend to raise them in a medium or large tank. The number of peaceful fish needs to be more, so as to avoid a fish being pursued continuously. They are less provocative about equally ferocious fish. In the medium tank, recommend to raise only one or a paired couple. In a large reef tank, may consider to keep SBS and 5 three-striped damsels. Watch them colonize corals, and one of females grows larger and turns into male. When feeling safe in a large tank, they may venture far away from their corals. Cruise near the water surface in the tank. So, reserve more space for them to swim. Four-striped damsel. Mainly in coral reefs of Southeast Asia. North to Taiwan, south to Indonesia, as well as Solomon Island. Can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. It can grow up to 8 cm in the sea. Some varieties may grow up to 9 cm. Juveniles like to live around the thinner branching corals. The school size is usually up to about 25 fishes. However, Sometimes it is found living alone at the sheltered bay of coral reef. It is a relatively independent species among this genus. The adults are very aggressive and territorial, living quite well in a large fish-only tank. Not suitable to keep in a small tank. It always chases other fishes. In the medium tank, it sometimes confronts other aggressive fishes. May even keep it with the triggerfish in a tank. Provided enough living rocks in a tank with belligerent fishes, it can find a place to live well. If keep with any peaceful fish, it needs to be larger than the four-striped damsel. Cloudy damsel, mainly in coral reefs of East Africa and Indonesia, can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females, can grow up to 6 cm in the sea, and males are usually 7 cm long. It is very similar to the distant relative, Dascyllus reticulatus. The adult of this distant relative is 2 cm longer. Its tail appears black color as if mixed with its last black strip near the tail. The habits of these two species are also very similar. Hence sometimes they are collectively referred as cloudy damsel. They like to stick around. SBS corals like Acropora and Pocolopora rarely leave few feet away from the coral. When frightened, they will quickly hide within the coral colony. The fish school includes a dominate male, a dominate female, and few subordinate females. Sometimes, possibly with a subordinate male. Other fishes in the school are juveniles. When the dominate male is gone, the subordinate male will become the dominate male. Because their adults are very aggressive and territorial, therefore, recommend to raise them in a medium or large tank. The number of peaceful fish needs to be more, so as to avoid a fish being continuous pursuit. They are less provocative about equally ferocious fish. In a medium tank, recommend to raise one only, or a paired couple. In a large reef tank, may consider to keep SBS and 5 cloudy damsels. Watch them colonize corals, and one of them grows larger, to turn into male. But pay attention, if not enough food provided to them, they may hunt small shrimps like sexy shrimps and anemone shrimps for food. Domino damsel. Mainly in coral reefs between south of Japan and Sydney of Australia, as well as western Indian Ocean. Its body structure and habits are slightly different from other damselfishes of the same genus. They forms a subfamily in this genus, Chromis. Up to now, 10 species are found. Can live up to 20 or more years in the tank. It can grow up to 14 cm in length. Different species have slightly different of shape, color, and the 3 white spots size and shade. For example, the most famous but rare variety, golden domino damsel. Juveniles stick around the thinner branching corals to live together and have symbiotic relationship with sea anemones, immune to the paralysis fluid of anemones. However, they usually do this only during the juvenile period. Adults are very aggressive and territorial, usually left the anemone, and wander around the reef. Can find them even to a depth of 55 meters. The 3 white spots on the body are looked like as its eyes, in the sight of the predatory fish. Confuse the predatory fish if at its front side, hesitate to attack or not. If raise it in the fish-only tank, with predatory fish, and provide enough living rocks for barrier, it may escape the hunt of fish predators, in a large tank. However, pay attention to whether it swims out, and is able to eat foods. May need to feed few times a day, to ensure it gets enough food. They grow quite fast. As long as they grow in size, they will become more and more bold, hence, not suitable to keep them in a small tank, better to keep only one in a medium tank. It drives out peaceful fishes from its territory. It competes with other aggressive fishes for territory. In the same subfamily, some adults are quite bright in color. If find any fully grown adult, or a paired couple in any aquarium shop, it's worth to buy it, to raise in a large fish-only tank. Garibaldi can only be found in coral reefs of California. Can have a long life of 25 years in the tank. Males are larger than females, and have a bump on the forehead. It's a special variety of damselfishes. In the sea, it can grow up to 40 cm in length, a large fish. Among various kinds of coral reef fishes, only few species have such bright orange-red color. Juvenile body is in reddish-orange color. Fluorescent blue dots on the body. Blue dotted fluorescent lines on forehead. Fins also have fluorescent blue edges. Very eye-catching. These blue dots and lines are fading out during growing up. Orange color will be going to yellowish. It is the California official marine state fish, and is fully protected. Only during the period permitted by the state government, they are allowed to export it to other countries. Both adults and juveniles are available at that period. Although the price is very expensive, many people rush to buy it, and raise it in medium or large fish-only tanks. Although it is quite peaceful because of small size, during juvenile period. Once it grows to bigger, it will show territorial rights to other peaceful fishes, and compete with other small belligerent fishes for territory. Unless a paired couple, do not keep two Garibaldi together. They pursue each other, even in a large tank. It doesn't bother any coral. The adult may hunt small shrimps for food. If want to raise it in the ROT, pay attention to the safety of the small shrimps. The adult of Garibaldi is very large. It is very eye-catching and good to keep in a large fish-only tank. Ben's Damselfish. Mainly in coral reefs from west of Thailand to northeast of Australia via Indonesia. Also found in coral reefs of Okinawa. Can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. The juvenile is bright and attractive. But when it grows to about 6 cm in length, it starts to change color. The front half body turns to taupe color. The back half body turns to gray-yellow color. The two black stripes begin to vanish. The adult is about 13 cm in length. In some reefs, the whole Ben's damselfish is in dark gray-brown color. It is rather peaceful during juvenile. As it grows, it becomes more aggressive and territorial. It grows quite fast when there is enough food. Hence, not recommend to keep it in a small tank. Can keep one or a paired couple in a medium tank. However, need to pay attention. It may chase the same or smaller size of peaceful fishes. So, the tank mates are best to have similar aggressiveness and domain awareness. Check and balance to each other. If keep it with any more aggressive fish, it may often hide in the living rocks gaps, seldom wandering in the tank. To raise it in a reef tank, though it doesn't bother any coral. It may eat sponges when it is very hungry. Therefore, don't keep any sponge with it. Neon velvet damsel, mainly in coral reefs of Philippines and Indonesia, can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. In the sea, it can grow up to 15 cm in length. When grown to about 6 cm long, the fluorescent blue lines will disappear gradually. The adult is in dark gray with black, or dark gray with blue color. During the very early period, juveniles may live together. When they grow up, they will try to drive out each other for territory, unless a paired couple. Don't raise two of them in a tank. It often chases other peaceful fishes. In a fish-only tank, avoid to keep any fish having the same, or smaller size than it. The adult is aggressive, and territorial certainly, which is able to compete with other belligerent fishes. It likes to wander. Requires vast living space and territory. Hence, it's better to choose one in 2 or 3 cm long. Let it grow naturally to a finite size. It may drive out and attack reptiles on the sand. So, avoid to keep any sea star or sea cucumber with it. Andaman damsel, spread across coral reefs around Indonesia, can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. In the sea, it can grow up to 7 cm. Its aggressiveness and domain awareness will gradually increase as it grows, but not too belligerent. It likes to live in coral reef areas close to sand beds, with enough living rocks for barriers and space for swimming. May raise 5 or 6 in a large tank. May raise 2 or 3 in a medium tank. They can tolerate other peaceful fishes nearby. They are not afraid of similar aggressive and domain-conscious fishes. When there are not many fishes in a small tank, may raise one small Andaman damsel. But beware of its extra hostile to clownfish. It requires to keep them in a medium or large tank, and provide a sea anemone for any clownfish to live in. It doesn't bother any coral or invertebrate. Therefore, it is suitable to be raised in any reef tank. Lemon damsel. Another common aquarium species of this genus. Common, seen from east of Indian to western Pacific. Can live up to 15 years in the tank. No significant difference between male and female. Males are generally larger than females. In the sea, it can grow up to 9 cm in length. When there is not enough food, they will peck any algae grown on the living rocks. Hence, you may reduce the feeding amount to make it to help eating the overgrown algae. They bully peaceful fishes but afraid of aggressive fishes. With peaceful fishes in the same tank, it often goose-stepped around to push other fishes away, to further expand its territory. Unless the environment is overcrowded, it seldom pursues the peaceful fish. During facing the aggressive fish, it looks more jittery. When it is the only lemon damsel in the tank, while the aggressive fish is incoming, it always turns around at once and swims inward the reef for evasion. If several lemon damsels in a medium tank, they usually unite together and are much braver to face aggressive fishes to defend the territory. In next episode, I'll talk about how fishes fighting, pursuit, and peaceful coexistence relate to the fish's number and tank environment. In addition, also introduce common aquarium species of clownfishes in details. Press subscribe for next episode showtime.